Having bought a new tractor and an amazing planter seeder, we're on to our next project to buy a new field, because we need more oats to feed our small grain mill, and all our current fields already have crops growing. So a new field is the way.
This is the way.
We're picking up where we left off in the last episode, where we delivered 2 loads of logs to the sawmill in town and needed about 1 more load. The field we're buying isn't that expensive at around $70,000, but it is important to help keep our flour production going, and it's also very conveniently located, right across the street from where we have most of our canola growing. Let's go ahead and get this trailer loaded with lodgepole pines and down to the sawmill. We've got a new field to buy. Almost $26,000, very good. And we've got $81,000 in the account. We'll drive our beautiful New Holland tractor back to the farm and get the new field. The field we're going to buy is number 41, 2.92 acres, almost $71,000, and it's ours. If we run down what it needs, it has no weeds, is 50% fertilized, plowing is good, lime is fine, it's not mulched, but that's okay, and it has no stones. So all this field really needs is fertilizer. The oats we'll plant in March, next month. So let's move forward, plant our brand new field, as well as a chore or two. It's March, and I think we'll use our new planter seeder. It may be a little big for this field, but it'll work well enough. Let's top it up with seed at the shed, then get to the field. This is what we bought. It's a nice, flat piece of land, and I even think that after we harvest the oats, this is the field where we'll build our big workshop and shed. Right now, though, it's a dedicated oat field, so let's test out the new equipment. We had to refill the cedar hopper, not because it's small, but because I only put in a little bit. But it's all done, and we'll be ready to harvest in the summer. Let's park this and go get some fertilizer. There was some fertilizer up at the new fields, but the 3650 needs repairs and fuel, so might as well use it to bring back a couple more bags. And make sure we've got enough in stock. 3,200, a painful repair we waited too long to make, and a little fuel. And to the store now for some fertilizer. We've only got enough money for 2 bags, and the bank account is down to $1,800. Not great. It's okay though, it's only temporary. We'll expertly pick up these 2 fertilizer bags, and with those on the tines, get back to the farm to spread some fertilizer. Everything's a multi-step process. We have to drop off the 2 fertilizer bags so the tractor doesn't tip forward when we take the weight off the back. And we had to take the weight off the back so we could put on the fertilizer spreader, which now allows us to fill the spreader with fertilizer and get back on our 2 fertilizer bags. It's just all in a day's work. Even though that kind of maneuvering doesn't happen every day. I'll just carry the bags and spread the fertilizer. I don't think anything will go wrong here. That was wild. As the hopper in the back got empty, the rear wheels started pulling off the ground and getting squirrely. Exactly what you'd think would happen. Let's keep our farm items organized and deposit these 2 additional bags with the others up near the oil mill. 5 bags in a nice little row. We'll get things flipped back around here by losing the spreader, then getting the weight attached to the rear. Let's take another quick look at the field. Very nice to have another new field. 95% yield bonus. And it's really a nice little field. What I'd like to do is take out this fence, buy the property on the other side, then join them together. Unfortunately, the fence is a part of the map and we can't remove it without using a mod. The Map Object Hider mod would probably do the trick, but I have seen that it can cause problems, so we'll leave any special manipulations of the map features for another day. You know, next month is April, and that's when we start working our grass fields. So, we'll do what we did with the John Deere, get over to the workshop, spend about $1,100 on repairs, and also get it topped off with fuel. I should do this now because when we do pass the day into April, the bank is going to take a hefty chunk out of the account for loans, property taxes, and that sort of thing. So let's spend it while we have it and let Uncle Sam drive us into the red. Our oats are in, the field is fertilized, so let's get to April. Another beautiful morning on the farm, made even more beautiful with our new tractor to look at. We're going to start the grass work, but this time we have no money to hire any workers, so we're back to doing it all ourselves. It's perfectly fine though, because part of the work I'll be doing with the New Holland, so we get to try it out on some of the grass equipment. We'll knock this out quickly enough and start with getting everything mowed and baled. The New Holland absolutely flew over the fields with the baler, pulling it at top speed. Very nice. It also has a very snappy transmission, which makes it change directions, go forward and reverse very quickly. It was a seriously good purchase. Now we'll switch back to the Deutz-Fahr and get everything picked up from the field. Everything is orderly deposited, and you know what's next. That's right, the wrapping. And this grass is a job where we'll use all our tractors, with the wrapping showcasing the John Deere. I don't know why loading the Anderson wrapper is so much fun, but it is. We'll get our wrapper stowed away, and it seems to use almost no wrapping material at all. That pallet of wrap you see in the corner of the shed is what we bought right near the beginning of the series, and we still have most of it. Lastly, for the grass, we'll put the New Holland to work. And between the new tractor's power and the working width and speed of our upgraded roller, this will go very quickly. "16 minutes. Not bad. And what I see on these rolled grass fields is about $35,000 in silage for every cutting. We'll tuck the roller away, and when we get the new shed, I think this shed will be more dedicated to the grass care, and the new one will hold the other equipment. April has another recurring task, and you also guessed it, the goat watering. And we might as well run the New Holland down to the watering hole. That's it for April. The changeover from March to April pushed our account into negative numbers. And now moving into May, I'm sure we'll be even deeper in the hole. Yeah, negative $2,500. We're desperate for a little spending money. Let's check in on the oil mill, because, yes, it's run out of canola and sunflowers. I'd said when we bought it that it really chews through some product, and so it ran dry here about 2 months before we can harvest the canola. We can't do anything about that now, but what we can do is prevent the sawmills from running dry by feeding them some wood we stored earlier off to the side. We are going to need another canola field, or maybe a sunflower field now that we have the new planter. I don't see a way for us to afford a sizable enough field for planting this year, but with the way the farm's making money, next year's planting cycle is probably doable. Those were some heavy chunks we were able to skate down to the sawmill, so what we'll do now is get down to the second sawmill and do the same. Now, I've got this one big log down here, however, it's not nearly enough. So what I'll do is go into the secret property and snag the last 2 rather small trees behind the fence, and hope for the best. Okay, let's see. We're up to 11,000 out of a 14,000 capacity. It'll do. It's possible that the oak trees might be ready in the next couple months, if I could only remember exactly when they were planted. But it should be soon. Let's check on the honey right quick. almost 950 liters, very near a full pallet. What we also need to do here is move some of these goat milk pallets out of the way so more can spawn. We've got a little time on that, and what we also need to do is get ourselves out of debt so we can try a new thing in the game. In the next episode, we bought a new field, planted oats, and made it through the winter income drought. And soon, we'll be making money again. See you in the next one.